Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be working in the little courtyard area at the back of my house. And just as I did with the front of my garage and the little space in the white garden, I'm going to try and sort of tidy this area up and bring some festive joy to it. So there are two other videos that I've made. One where I sort of bring some festive cheer to the front of my garage and arrange that. And then I've got a one where I'm in the white garden just through there. And I try and do the same to that area. So I'll take the camera off the tripod in a minute and I'll give you a quick tour around. It won't take long because it's a tiny little area. And it's usually very, very beautiful, I think. So this is what it looks like normally. But here we are in December now, bitterly cold, and no foliage on these beautiful acres. The ferns are all but gone. So I'll give you a little quick tour. So this is my garage. For anyone who's new to the channel, this is my back conservatory. And then this is the space here. This pole in the middle with a cover on is my clothesline, so that can't be moved. Right, so things that I think will stay. This little water feature, he can stay. This acer can stay. He's beautiful. This weighs a ton. He can stay. This is a casualty from last week. I picked him up and then immediately dropped him and his pot split. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag him into the garage where I've got a new pot and I'll repot him because I don't want those roots exposed in this freezing cold. I'll probably, the little box, he'll go in the greenhouse. This little statue, I'll take her, put her in the garage. But then I've got a nice big shaggy box there. That's a lovely bit of foliage in front of that acer there. This is just a tree. He's been growing in this pot for at least the last 15 years. I think he's just a common maple. He's not an acer. I've got a nice acer there. The ferns are nearly finished. You can see I've got another, gosh, past the clothesline there. I've got another acer up here, and he is on a table to give him a bit of height. But you know, for the winter, I think I'm going to drop him down. So just keep him out of any freezing cold wind that may be coming over the top of the fence there, and just give him as much protection as possible. These are all baby Heucheras. Which they seem to be fine. He's fine. If you want to do a quick check on if your Heucheras are fine, just sort of touch them like that, give them a little push, and if they're nice and rock hard, they're fine. I'll show you ones which aren't. So he is a lovely fern. He can stay out. The Brunnera, he can stay out. He's nice and hardy. This is Nandina. That's another bit of nice green foliage. So you can see I haven't got a lot of foliage. The bamboo surprisingly does really well outside. So these are my Heucheras on the Heuchera ladder. These ones are fine, as is that one. But this one, look, that is vine weevil. When your Heucheras just come off in your hand like that, that is vine weevil. They get in and they eat away at the crown of the plant. It just comes away. I'll also put the link to my videos where I show you how you can save any Heucheras that have got vine weevil. This bit here, you would do crown cuttings, throw all the soil away. He seems fine, as does he. Yeah. And then I've got a tub here with some nice green foliage in as well. But to start with, I'm going to start in this area and I'm going to pull some more acers or trees across here. So I've got 3 large acers of varying heights sort of going down that way, and then I'll put the fairy tree lights on. Right, I got help to take this acer off the table in that corner over there. So he's gone. And actually just the 2 acers there for the moment. I'm quite happy with them. So now I turn my attention to this corner here. Oh, shut that gate and try and keep a bit of the wind out. So I'm just going to congregate here anything that looks good, because as I've said in my other videos, personally I think the smaller the space, the less room there is for anything that isn't looking quite right. It's going over. Everything has to look quite pretty. With that red acer spilling over the top. But you know, I think so normally you'll have seen from the picture this courtyard, all the plants are sort of jam-packed in, bumper to bumper. But actually you can spread them out more and you appreciate the true beauty of them in the winter. All their shapes. This tub here, maybe if we popped a heuchera in the top there, do you look good? Because this door swings open here, so no, I don't think I'll put that there just yet. So I'm just going to do little bits at a time. So if we look up in that corner now, with just that tall acer at the back and the 2 bits of green, I think that's fine for the moment. We turn our attention to this corner over here now. I shall get rid of all those leaves. Leaves and old pots. Some rubbish that I've blown in. Right. So what I think I'll do here is I'm going to use this tree in the brown tub and put him in the corner, I think. That's a little acer that needs protecting. Any little plants like that aren't going to be hardy, I can put on the bench in either in the greenhouse or in the garage. Oh, you've got to be so careful with these prickly sticks that will poke in your eye. Right, yeah, I think he looks better there. I can tuck that one into the corner there. that, I think. Yeah. Actually, no. And I'm going to put this acer here. So I can still get to my outside tap should I need to. Don't think I'll need to though. And I think on top of that container there, I think I'll put some Heucheras, because the ferns that are in here aren't going to be poking up until next year. There we go, that's a nice splash of colour there. And then over in that corner there, I can start filling in. So I'm going to walk this budget over because I think he's made out of lead. He weighs a ton. I give that a brush. Where's my brush? Oh, there. There we go. You can sit there. I'm going to turn this box round. This bit hasn't been in the light. I want him to green up a bit. Okay. And I've decided just until this fern has completely died off that I'm going to enjoy the last of his bit greenery. Oh, that was heavy. Right, I think this is a little white fairy rose. I'm going to put him in the greenhouse. So my greenhouse is unheated, but he'll be more protected than if I just left him outside. That is a beautiful wild geranium, and that's a little baby heuchera. They're both going to go in the greenhouse. So what to do about the heuchera ladder, because it's not looking good this time of year. So a few weeks ago I potted up 11 pots of spring bulbs, obviously for next February, March, and they will all go in here and I'll have a spring bulb display. But my thinking now is there aren't enough heucheras looking good to keep this display going through the winter. And I have got some, I have got some heathers and things like that. I could put them in. And I could get some, I don't know what I could get this time of year. There'll be some kind of plant that I could sort of make a nice arrangement, some winter pansies or something. But my thinking is that I'm not going to have time to do that. So I'm going to take the heucheras down and store the ladder in the garage until next spring. And then I'll just be left with the bamboo and then this little tub here. But first of all, I want to show you what's happened with the heucheras. So a lot of the heucheras suffered this year because very early, probably March, I noticed two little wrens making a nest, and this is the first time I've touched this nest since I saw them in March. They were very busy, and then I never saw them again, so I don't think they stayed. And this heuchera here, where the nest was balanced in, didn't get watered, but look, that's just coming away in my hand. So that looks like it's got vine weevil. Let's have a look in the nest. How do you get in this? Oh, oh, moss. There's no eggs though. Right, so I'll get rid of that. And if you've got time, you can, well, you get rid of the top foliage, but you could take stem cuttings, as I did earlier this year. But I'm not going to do that again. So you get rid of the whole pot with the soil, because the vine weevils will be in there. And then you make sure that you give that pot a really good wash out. Let's see if I can see any vine weevil. Oh, there you go. Oh, shoot. Right, hang on. I'll pick it up. That would have been good if I dropped a vine weevil into a new plant. So that is a vine weevil. Can you see? Like a little white caterpillar, and they have a little brown head. So that soil is full of vine weevils. Yeah, there's another one. And they are very, very difficult to get rid of once you've got them. And they do like certain plants, and Heucheras are one of the plants that they're very particular about. So here's another one. Oh, it's such a shame. But I was very diligent early in the spring, and I took lots and lots of cuttings of these Heucheras. That's why I'm not too upset about getting rid of the whole thing now, because I must have had about 30 little baby Heucheras. Right, and you can tell now this is a bit, I don't know what to do about that one. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to tip him out the pot and see what is going on, because he is ever so slightly rocky, which suggests that there's something happening. The vine weevil eats away at the base of the stem. Let's tip him out and just see if we can see anything. Can't see anything. Right, I'm going to keep him and I'll see to him. That one looks okay, as does that one. You know, they all look a bit tired this time of year because they've been performing right through the summer. Right, we'll keep them. Funnily enough, the green ones seem to be, oh no, there we go, that one's gone as well. Oh, they are so annoying. What's happened here? There's another one gone. All of my beautiful Heucheras. This one is Cherry Truffles. I remember that name. So I know I've got lots more of him. So it's not the end of the world. You know, you could go and buy more, or if you're like me and you have taken cuttings, you've got lots more. I've got them around the back of the greenhouse. Is that a vine weevil in there? Yeah, I think that one's gone as well. Now he looks fine. Right, so that's out of all of those 11 Heucheras, I've got 3 that are okay and 1 questionable one. Oh well, we're getting there. Right, I shall go and get rid of this first. Not even sure that I want to keep these two here. I may as well, because it's going to be a very bare wall, right, if I've got nothing there. And I think before next spring I'll paint this wall. And the last thing to do is find a cup hook. Screw that into the hole that was there last year, if I can. Final touch. That hooked on properly so it doesn't blow away. Right, so we'll go through and have a look, see what you think. So I just got some more little warm glow LED lights. They are plugged in just inside the garage door, and then there's a gap at the bottom of the door and the wires coming out there. So from my conservatory, when I come out, this is what I see now. And I've got a little bit of pretty greenery here, which will be evergreen. This heuchera here has just performed brilliantly all year long. I think it's marmalade, lime marmalade. Nice big bamboo. And then over here in this corner, see if we can get the angle right so you can see what I'm seeing. So I'll have probably a couple of more weeks of the fern before I cut him down. I do like the bare branches of the Acer, and they're nicely tucked into the corner there, so sort of sheltered from the worst of the northeast wind. This fern's amazing. And then in this tub, which has ferns in, I've just got these heucheras, and these heucheras all seem to be absolutely fine. So they're just balanced on the top of the pot, and the ferns are asleep underneath. But it just gives a nice bit colour there. And then as we come round here, so now I've got a big gap in the middle, but I've clustered more evergreen foliage there. So my beautiful Acer, a nice shaggy box there, whatever this is, which is lovely, and a Nandina. So yes, I'll give you a sort of wide-angled view of it. And I just think that looks better than having a load of bare pots and dying foliage right the way along, because I think when you cluster your plants together, it makes them the focal point. You're not looking in amongst lots of other pots for something that looks good. And I'll just show you how it all ties in. So this was the display in the white garden that I did. Again, thinned out all of the plants, overwintering some in the greenhouse, some in the garage, and then just fed lights along. So when I'm inside the conservatory, I'll show you what I can see. And it does look really, really pretty when it's very dark outside. So that's my display at the front of the garage. And I've just strung fairy lights in the crabapple tree there. And then even now, even when the gate is open, it looks quite festive. So there we go, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much for watching throughout this year. I really do appreciate it, and all your lovely comments and support. It's been my privilege to share my garden with you. So I hope you all have a lovely Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye.